out of 4.
Interesting. Oh, we're back. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being patient with us. Officially, we shall now jump into the Land of Dawn for the very last game of day 1. Will it be Aero or Vamos who make it to the next stage?
Oh, Soren's already getting chunked down as well. Zeke.
Ooh, he's in danger. Here comes Gojas, but the Revitalize, keeping him alive for a while. First blood claimed by Clockhood.
4 members of Vamos into that mid lane, collapsing against Aero, and that is such a good start. Now Kustik in trouble.
Ooh, damn, he's actually alive. That's surprising.
But he will lose a lot of his farm in the bottom lane.
And now, looking at the situation, Vamos is already having a pretty good lead, but we got to remember that kind of happened in the last one as well.
Yep.
So it's really about, I would say, 8 to 9 minutes. I feel like that's the crucial timing where a little bit of a fatigue comes in, where it could affect both teams. So that's the timing that we really have to care about. I kind of feel like for the first 4 minutes, which usually is important, but for the teams, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both these teams kind of hit a peak around that mid-game spike, right? The second turtle to first Lord range.
I guess. Yeah.
That's where you really see the game come to a heel.
But I think what's different here is that him and Zekip are getting pinned down in the mid lane. Which means that they would not be able to move around as much as they would in the first 5 minutes of the game. And also, Guste is playing a Granger this time, so he's not going to be connecting constantly to his teammates. He's going to be farming some of the time just to stack up with the passive of the Granger and get the Skyscraper as well. So that really is a big difference between the fast games of the team.
Oh my goodness, that's so much damage! Hazel just walked in and he's just gone! First turtle claimed by Vamos. Better Dance Strike does so much damage though. GB gonna be traded away. Go just one hit away from death, and Smooth will find him for the double kill. But in the meantime, Zorn as well as Dakor are chasing down Zeke, and they will find the kill.
Well, let me tell you what, if Go just keeps doing that, then he would redeem game 1 Hilda, because he was able to survive against Smooth and actually got onto Hazel.
That's right. And most importantly for Aero this time, Kim's Farsa is, he just pilots this hero so well. The way that he is moving actually baited Zorn into committing that Avatar of the Guardian off the mark, and then able to output damage, pops the flicker to get out, and he's 0 deaths as of this moment. If there's any light that can shine for Aero right now, it's gonna be Kim's Farsa.
Oh yeah, for sure. The only, I would say the reason why he's able to shine right now is Vamos is putting a lot of emphasis on Hazel. Both Gorgeous and in a way Clockhood as well, because I saw that when he was using the RWM, he was trying to pin it so that it gets caught.
It instantly initiates on Zorn as he walks into the bush. Glorious Pathway comes out, but the RWM going to be used in counter. Zekip is in danger, and Gojas will take him down.
Immediate move from Vamos. They want to go to the bottom lane or that Crammer, especially with the broken walls. They can actually find an angle. I don't know who got it, but the go-ahead play coming out from Vamos is such a good decision in this scenario where they have a lead and they want to extend that lead slowly and surely in the early stages of the game.
And make sure you don't make a mistake in between, because again, this is game number 5 and this is for playoff life. Because even if you make mistakes today, you still have the opportunity to fix those mistakes for tomorrow and just do better. Because tomorrow at least you'll lose, you will go to the lower bracket, right? So there's more life. Now the turtle has spawned here. Vamos did pretty cleanly in the previous turtle fight, so wondering if they can do the same, or Aero this time will catch them off guard.
Aero's gonna need to make use of their positioning. Hazel is nearby. Gojas will scout him out. Thorn also still waiting in the bush the entire time. Turtle starting to drop. They get the stun on Gojas. Force the flicker backwards. Glorious Pathway used. RWM dropped inside the pit as well. Nako dives the backline. He's looking for Hazel. Gets the curtain call in. GB secures the turtle. And now the fight is completely disengaged.
My God, what a play coming out from Vamos. Especially with the control, the floor control coming out from Vamos. Having access to this Eve ultimate, and then Zorn just in the right position to pop his ultimate. And this time, like I said, Gorgeous in the right place, the right time for Vamos. The box that they were able to move around, it seems like Aero just cannot penetrate through. And this is mainly because of the fact that they don't have a fighter in the gold lane, unlike Vamos, for example, where they can activate their heroes much faster. That's not to say that Aero does not have a chance to win this game. I think that just in the first 5 minutes of the game, Vamos has been taking the right steps
Yeah.
to win this match.
And I would say it's good on Gorgeous as well to respect the damage, using the flicker to get out of the Feather airstrike. So this time he's definitely playing more cautiously, more calculatively. And now Smooth gets caught.
They found him, but the Glorious Pathway allows him to get out. Feathered airstrike as well, just for good measure. So there's going to be no casualties here.
Yep. So right now, looking at how Vamos has been playing, I feel like the next step is try to get one objective on the field, because we saw how big of a momentum shift it is when you're able to get these turrets, especially considering that they're using double fighters. Eventually it will be more difficult for them to get those objectives. So, you know, personally for me, if Smooth is having a hard time, then hey, maybe go for that. If Kusei is having a hard time, go for that.
Yeah. Gonna be the effect of this for Kusei is he needs to wait for more time for Aero. This scenario, I think the big power spike here for Aero might be, I guess the reliable power spike is the second Lord if they do survive up until that point. To be fair though, we know that Aero does have the right tools to last that long. They have the Granger for the wave clear, they also have this Farsa for the wave clear as well. Smooth, to be fair, has been having a good game.
Yep.
Glorious Pathway once again, Feathered airstrike, poking Gorgeous down to half HP. Zorn not able to find the taunt on Smooth, but ultimates have run out now. Atco gonna be forced back as well. Turtle gets reset.
Yes, right now Vamos is doing quite a good job of baiting quite a lot from Aero. So it looks like Vamos is quite calm in this game. They're not rushing, so much different than game number 4.
BB back on top of the Turtle. Nako gonna get stunned from the bush here. He's dropping quite low. Gorgeous comes from flank. RWM used by Clawkun. Finds Hazel! Shuts him down. Zorn somehow secures the Turtle. And Vamos is going all in. Him gonna wings by wings out of there. But Zkib is not gonna be quite as lucky as PB takes him out.
Right now, Zkib is not having an amazing game here, guys, where either he gets caught or the plays that he makes really doesn't enable the team that much anymore.
And such a weird decision there from coming out from a Hazel. But even more so, the entirety of Aero, that was a fight that they did not have a chance to win anyways. They should have forced the issue before the fight or after the fight. But that, especially around the Eve Ultimate, I think this is just reminiscent of games 2 and 3 where Aero were just allowing Clawkun to take full advantage of the real-world manipulation in terms of spacing, in terms of damage output. I will not be surprised if in the end of this game you will see Clawkun as being the carry, dealing the most damage out of all the members in the lobby because of how Aero is allowing Clawkun to shine.
And I gotta say, Hazel's gotta respect Gorgeous at this point, because game number 1 didn't do much, but look at this. He's starting to make it so that Hazel can't do any kind of harm.
Move just walks into the wrong corner. He goes down. RWM stops Zkib from chasing them down, and the AOG connects in the backline. Hazel almost dead. Gorgeous slays the Lancelot. Vamos now in full control of the mid game.
No damage coming out from Aero. There were so many shots that Kusei was able to land, but they're not dealing as much. And it's mainly because they have taken out Smooth faster in this game. That's the dominant ice carrier of Aero. That means that the sustain from the revitalized of Zorn, the natural healing from the kit of the heroes of Vamos cannot be stopped. Smooth has to also take care of his own game. Because if there is no dominant ice carrier from Aero, Kusei will not be able to output enough damage against Vamos.
If Vamos keeps on forcing out the Feather airstrike, I see no way the Aero has enough damage, because Kusei, honestly, he plays very well when his team, especially the mid trio, is able to get some kind of map pressure. But when the mid trio is losing, Kusei so far does not have the best reputation of getting back the map control for his team.
I agree. Well, TV already on the Lord, down to 20%. I don't think Aero will come anywhere close to challenging this. Even Glorious Pathway and Feathered airstrike don't do much. And now Zkib gets caught from the flank. Mountain Stalker locks him down. It's killing spree for TV. And now they're looking for Smooth as well. But Aero will be able to back off to the base with the rest of their members.
Critical mass has been reached by Vamos. At this stage of the game with 7,000 gold, you can assume that each of the members, the laners of Vamos, will have one item advantage over the other. That's exactly the reason why anybody from Aero, even Uranus, even a Hylos, will melt in front of Vamos, and it will only take just one stun this is a very scary spot to be in if you're Aero, and they're reaping the disadvantages now of what they did in the early stages. The mistakes that they committed is now going to be biting them in the mid game.
Right now, honestly, what I want to talk about is the initiator for Vamos. And that's Glockun, man. This Eve has been starting fights with RWM, basically putting it on top of the opponents, giving that initial stun, and then Chibi following up, Zorn following up, Nako following up. It's rare that we hear this, but the mid's the one starting a perfect fight for the team.
Oh, for sure. Definitely seems like mid laners have been getting a new breath of life here, but they're just pushing straight into the base, ignoring the glorious pathway. AOG comes in, ZQ pops to revitalize. Will be able to keep his team alive for now, but they've lost the top inhibitor in exchange. Glockun still poking them out.
11 minutes and almost 10,000 gold. This is the most amount of gold difference we've seen the entire series. It took a while, but it looks like Vamos has gotten themselves in the game now.
Yeah, and now they are
Oh, they're doing
that
it.
position. They're doing it.
Go to the mid lane. They're doing it.
Let's show it. Show it. Come on.
Come on.
Even the audience was like, oh, come on.
Oh, come on.
They know what's happening.
Like, even Wolf knows what's up.
Yeah.
You know the V.
You know the V. And I think it's reversed in our perspective because
Yeah, it was
yeah.
A.
It was A for us, but it's V for them. So this is what it is.
I feel like, you know one other segment of people that was upset?
Yeah.
It was the Clippers, man.
Oh, for sure.
They were waiting for it.
They were waiting for it.
I think
sure they were waiting.
I think Prod knows, so they're like, nuh-uh, fam, nuh-uh. Or maybe they're like, you know what, Vamos, you don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Do it against other teams, and then we'll talk.
It's interesting because in our perspective, it doesn't look like a Vamos. It actually looks like an Aero.
Aero, yeah.
From our perspective.
It could be pumping themselves up or mocking the opponent. Either way, right? Go just tries to run through. Nako already got the curtain call. Locked down. The AOG comes in. It's a mega kill! And a killing spree for Gojis. Vamos is not letting go of the gas pedal.
We keep getting reminded on how strong Gatot Kacha with the CC is because of the curtain call as well as the taunt. There's just so much ways for them to connect with the skill, and of course the Eve to go with it. It's just so good when it comes to synergy.
Looks like Vamos might want to try to force the end here. They're 5v3, but they only have one minion wave. I don't think they're going to be able to fully push it through, but they will be able to strip the base bare. No towers left standing for Aero.
Right now in chat, we were like, cameraman. Cameraman might be like us as well, where they're very experienced. They're like, we know what's up. And nah, not yet, fam, not yet.
This will get people talking way more. Oh, ZK actually trying to turn the fight around. I don't think that's wise though. We can already see the damage from Natko really building up to a fever pitch. And GB able to solo the Lord for free.
You know when it's over, when the beat is there, I kind of want to interview Chibi's mom. How does it feel when your son just does that on game, and then she's like, oh, I think it's cool. You know, don't know what's going on.
Yep.
But you know what's going on. It's the entirety, the 13,000 gold of Vamos hammering through aerospace right now.
This could be the final blow. Vamos one step away from making it to the next stage of the playoffs. They drop through the blow. AOG comes in. Better Dare Strike canceled already. ZQ goes down first. RWM keeping them away, and the crystal is wide open. Move goes down one by one. The members of Aero Esports are dropping like bowling pins.